lot better running off the field.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 11. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to throw. Perkins firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. From the gun, Perkins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. What a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Results in a 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That's it, baby.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Attack! Let's go!
On first down, Mahomes. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first, 18 yards that time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Let's go. 33-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
They'll run with Taylor. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
I'm going to come back to you.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Switch. Check 31.
Easy.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They start with a give to counter, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Chris Jones on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on 2nd down. Perkins able to hit his tight end, Grimble. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on 3rd down. Perkins, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
52. I got it.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Perkins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, Connor. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Perkins. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Perkins. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. From 19 yards away. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Taylor, and down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. From the 45 on second down, Mahomes. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Devin Bush, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
58, boys, 58.
Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. He is going to find Hill here. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mahomes now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Forced out to his left. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Kansas City, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.